Hello, everyone. Today we're going to be talking about mothers because Sunday is Mother's Day. So this lesson is in honor of all the mothers out there. So what do you like to do for your mom on Mother's Day? Maybe you make her breakfast in bed so she doesn't have to get up. Maybe you help clean the house for her so that she doesn't have as much cleaning herself to do. Um, if you give her flowers or chocolates, my sister just called me a few minutes ago. She said, "These are really good chocolates. They're expensive, but Mom would love them." So we're going to go in and get her some chocolates on Mother's Day since I can't be with her on Mother's Day. We're going to send her those. So there's lots of ways of celebrating your mother and mothers all across the world. Now, so I'm going to tell you about some ways that other cultures celebrate mothers in their own society. So, for example, in India, there is a 10-day festival in which Hindus honor Durga, the goddess of mothers. The 10-day festival known as Durga Puja. And the families spend weeks preparing food and gathering gifts and decorating their homes for the festival. And the celebration is thought to date back to the 16th century, so it's been around a long time. And it's considered both a religious ceremony and a time for families to get together, for family reunions. Every fall, this 10-day festival reveres this goddess of Durga and her triumph over evil through elaborate decorations and scripture readings and performances. So one story tells of her returning to her parents' home to show off her own children. Now in Ethiopia, they celebrate the Festival of Antrasht. And I'm probably not saying that right. That's the best I can do, Antrasht. And this is observed at the end of the rainy season in early fall, and it's a festival dedicated to moms. So this is when it's at the end of the rainy season, and once the weather clears for good, family members from all over flock to their homes for a large meal and a celebration. Now, traditionally, daughters will bring vegetables and cheese while sons supply the meat. And together they prepare a meal and sing and perform dances that tell stories of family heroes. And after the feast, everyone dances songs about their family and also about traditional Ethiopian heroes as well. Now in Peru's indigenous Andean population celebrates Pachamama Rami, once again, probably not pronouncing it right, but it roughly translates to the Festival of Mother Earth. And this is a big occasion during the first week of August. Now, Pachamama is an ancient mythological goddess that is believed to cause earthquakes and fertility. And so they celebrate her during this time. Now, what do you think? So we all honor mothers all over the world, no matter what our culture is. And, a mother doesn't, someone can be a mother to you without being the person that gave you birth, right? So what are the qualities of a mother? Someone who takes care of you, who supports you, who loves you. A teacher, someone who teaches you. These are all qualities of a mother. Someone who keeps you in line, helps show you what's to do, what's right. Now, so there are many people, there might be people, women in your life that have these qualities for you that aren't the woman that gave you birth, but that are a mother figure towards you. And think about too, so in Peru, the Andean population celebrates this festival of Mother Earth, right? And we often talk about Mother Earth. And why do you think that is? I want you to think about that a little bit. And I mean, I think the earth shares some qualities, nature shares qualities with the qualities that we see in mothers. So nurturing, right? But also doesn't suffer fools, right? So the Mother Nature isn't going to coddle you. It's going to set some boundaries, and you have to you can learn a lot from Mother Nature. So just like from any mother. So we're also going to talk a little bit about family. So what makes family? And what makes a family is very much, in some ways, a lot of the same things that have the same qualities as a mother has. And once again, a family, it can be your immediate family, your brothers, sisters, and parents. As your extended family, your cousins, aunt and uncles, grandparents, great grandparents. But you also have, like, well, just like with mothers, there may be people that you consider family that aren't actually related to you. Think about like with the pandemic. I know for me, someone who lives alone, I had think about pods, everyone has their family pods, but I lived alone. So I had two friends that I saw regularly that I considered saw each other enough that were in my pod. We stayed outside, but um, so someone who is, you don't have to be related to someone to consider them part of a family. Or think about your church family, right? We hear that phrase often, church family. And that's because that community of the congregation in your church has a lot of the same qualities that your family has, right? They'll support you, they'll help you when you need it. They will celebrate the good things in your life. So families don't have to be related to you. So I have an activity for you, and it's to get you to think about further about what is a family, what makes a family. So I have a number of statements, a number of house statements. And what I want you to do is look them over, and I want you to get some paper and a pencil. If you need to get them, pause the video, go get them and come back. And look through these statements, and I want you to pick your top 10, write down your top 10 of what you think a family is based on these house statements. And list them in order, so go from what you think is most important to what you think is less important in those top 10. And then I want you to look at the list again and think your least three, what do you think is the least important part of being a family? And you can, if you want, after you write them down, you can cut them out because you want to change the order. So with you, I'd probably put strips of piece of paper and you could just arrange them. But so you don't have to cut them out. But if you find as you're going along that you want to change the order instead of erasing, you could actually just snip it out. And then you could sort of think about them and move them around as you think of what is most important for you and a little less important for your family. So do it yourself. And if you're watching this video with someone else, I want you to do it separately and then compare what you had. And if you're watching it alone, then have someone else in your household do it as well. And then compare, because I bet they aren't going to be exactly the same, because everyone has is in a different family. And some things are going to be more important to you as a part of being that family. And you're going to need certain things from your family that for someone else may not be important for their family. So after you've done the activity, share your answers with someone else and see what's different and talk about it, and why is it that you thought something was more important than something else in your particular. So I will end today with the reading from 1 Corinthians chapter 13, verses 4 through 7. And I think this is a lovely words for Mother's Day in honor of mothers. I think it pretty much sums up what mothers are. Love is patient and kind. Love does not envy or boast. It is not arrogant or rude. It does not insist on its own way. It is not irritable or resentful. It does not rejoice at wrongdoing, but rejoices with the truth. Love bears all things, believes all things, hopes all things, endures all things. So that's all for today. Happy Mother's Day. Be kind to yourself, be kind to others. And this week in particular, be kind to your mother. See you next time. Bye.